Welcome to another edition of Weekend Roundup, and we start off with some big news this week. The FAA has released notices of proposed rulemaking for some big things related to small UAS. They would allow night flights, they would allow flights over people, and there's also a proposed rule for safety. So they asked these entities to work to create an unmanned traffic management system. And I looked, and flights at night were made up 92% of the requests that people had for waivers from the FAA. So that will be a very popular one. And of course, flights over people are as important for CNN and other news gathering agencies, even weddings, things like that. So some big changes ahead. It will take a while, won't happen all at once, but the game is afoot. So what have you got for us, Brian?
So this week, a lot of news coming from the West Coast, going to bounce around from California to Utah, back to California.
Okay.
First, the LAPD's SWAT team recently used AUVSI for the first time to apprehend a suspect of a robbery. The UAS played a role in the suspect being taken into custody without incident, so that's good news. In Utah, a driverless shuttle pilot project is expected to launch in the state next month. The pilot project will be operational for 1 year. And finally, back to California. A water agency called the Otay Water District is using UAS to get a bird's eye view of its extensive and mostly remote sites and facilities. The UAS are considered a efficient option to surveying sites and facilities while keeping employees out of danger. So a lot of different things going on to try to keep people out of danger situations, and a lot of interesting news coming out of the West Coast this week.
Okay. And one of the more well-known companies in the drone space, CyPhy Works, they specialize in tethered drones so that they can fly for a long time and send data down. They have renamed themselves as Aria Insights, and it's sort of a new company focusing more on creating data and using artificial intelligence to help people sort through the data they're getting from their drones. So that's a big change. And again, all the links are below. Back to the FAA stuff, we have links from the FAA itself describing what they're doing, a description from the law firm Wiley Rein, our own story about it, so our response to it as well. So some pretty big news this week, and we'll see you next week.